Welcome to another episode of the Talking Shop podcast. I am one of your hosts, Josh from Grand Slam. We got It's Cobb and Michael, medium rare cards, and It's Cobb over at the Grams. I think we've landed in our Thursday night slot, so hopefully this works for everyone. It works for us, it seems. We bounce around a lot, but we're here live, ready to talk shop. And Jacob's going to give us a rundown of today's episode. This episode is brought to you, sponsored by Taco Bell's Baja Blast. They just don't know it.
Oh, my goodness. Can't wait for those checks to come rolling in one day.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. All right. So for today's episode, it is a big week in the hobby with one company launching and another one getting sued. Snype, the long-awaited live auction platform, is officially live, bringing Pokemon and card auctions into a new era. Meanwhile, Wildcard has filed an antitrust lawsuit against Panini, sending ripples across the entire trading card industry. Elsewhere, PSA quietly pulls the plug on Funko Pop grading. Star Wars just set a new all-time record with a $268,000 Luke Skywalker sale. And Yamamoto's elusive rookie debut patch auto is still unredeemed. But Topps just dropped a one-on-one triple autograph featuring him, Otani, and Sasaki to celebrate the Dodgers World Series win. As always, we'll hit with what's new in the shop, and Josh will close it out with a crazy stat of the week. But first...
Or two or three.
Or four. We have a little sidestep story that, Josh, you might get a kick out of. You might like this guy. He's in our realm. That's not him. But we'll pretend it is. It's Cody Rhodes.
Well, he's talking He-Man. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh. Cody just went up a notch in my book because of this video. If y'all don't know, I'm a huge He-Man fan. So,
all right, let's pop this video up here and hit play.
You on a walk on what my midlife crisis looks like. You're going to be blown away.
Yeah, we should do
I
that.
started collecting toys. This is an Origins figure. This is a Masterverse figure from the original, from the new line. This is an original. I'm about to go in on a Bluebeard Stratos for $2,300, which is way overpriced. Me collecting Masters of the Universe figures, including that Bluebeard Stratos, which I might have got $300 off on eBay. That's where we're at. That's the worst of it, folks. Oh, what does he do? Is he into drugs? Nope, he collects action figures.
Pixel Dan, you guys know about Pixel Dan? You guys know Pixel Dan? My YouTube runs on an autoplay where I watch these people review figures. Yeah, my wife hates it because it just plays. Pixel Dan's on there a lot, so I think I'm going to try and find Pixel Dan today. He just reviews action figures.
you ever heard of Pixel Dan?
Yes,
Never heard of
I've
Pixel
met him a
Dan.
couple times.
Let me ask you this. If you're Cody Rhodes, do you want people? You don't want people to know who you are on eBay, right? He's on the down low on eBay, right? It's not Cody Rhodes _
Let's do this. We need to find the sold Bluebeard Stratos, find out who won it, and then I don't know what we do after that. We know Cody's eBay handle.
I don't think it's him buying.
Also good point.
I might be able to back that up. So Cody's real life, one of his main best friends is Matt Cardona, also known as Zack Ryder for those that watch WWE. And
big action figure here too.
Gigantic in action figures. He's gotten exclusive tours at Hasbro. He's gotten reveals done through him, and he's not even associated with the Hasbro stuff. He started his own figure company. He's helped other companies start their own figure companies. Big guy. And I think that Cardona might be helping him get this stuff.
We said about that one on eBay. I'm looking right now for Bluebeard Stratos's recent sales to see if maybe there was a big $2,300, $2,500 sale, but I'm not seeing any.
So while you're looking, I never have collected toys as a collector. I'll pick up little tchotchke stuff, right? If I see it. That's a die.
That's the Jada Toys Wolverine.
Yeah, it's like a heavy die cast Wolverine, right? But I'm assuming this is like other collectibles. They're on a shelf to be displayed. Correct? They're sealed boxes.
He's talking about the new product from Mattel. I don't know who made the original He-Man figures though. Josh, that would be
Josh?
your
Probably
alley.
Mattel.
Yeah,
Probably
Mattel.
Mattel.
Okay.
It is.
So they just blow the dust off the old molds and start making new toys.
Also, Mattel has WWE's figure rights, so they could easily get if this is now public knowledge to them, they could easily get Cody to help promote Masters of the Universe stuff because it doesn't do too hot on shelves.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just love the at Nerdfest that we were a vendor at, whatever it was, a month or two ago. One of the vendors had a whole bunch of opened loose He-Man action figures, but he had a bunch of the originals, and so I bought a whole bunch of the original action figures. One of the guys that works down here at the shop has a 3D printer, and I found on eBay the little feet stands that you can 3D print, and the feet go in them, and the characters can stand up. You display them better. So he's printing me up a bunch of those, and I'm slowly picking my way through like all the main original characters. I want them in the original packaging, but they're so expensive. Like
what do you like? What's expensive?
Well,
you spent real money on some Brady's. So what's expensive?
Yeah, I mean a He-Man original package is probably like $2,000 to $3,000. I think.
Yeah, that's expensive.
In a beat up package, probably. That's ungraded.
And I know I had those toys as a kid.
Maybe even more. I was looking at them the other day, laying in bed, dreaming. No, I don't lay in bed dreaming about a muscle-bound man in his loincloth. Yeah. And this is, by sheer coincidence, this shirt I ordered off Amazon. It came in yesterday. I wore it today, wore it under my hoodie all day here at the shop. But by sheer coincidence, I'm showing off my new shirt. So hopefully our sport card collectors that are watching this give two craps about any of this, and we'll eventually talk about sports cards.
How could you not? Half the hobbies from our generation, at least.
I was thinking Cody's probably close to my age, right? Which
makes
him
early 40s, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he was a He-Man kid, like I was.
I mean, I watched his dad, right? His dad's Dusty Rhodes, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
The Great American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Yeah.
Yes.
He's
and
40.
Gold Dust is his brother. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh.
The more you know. But let's take it back over to something associated with card companies. Josh, I know you love PSA, don't you?
I love great
Always
stuff.
In for
We got a little PSA story. Not card related, but it is PSA related. And that is that they are discontinuing their Funko Pop grading. Before we get into this, I heard one thing about this, and they're still going to grade or authenticate the autographs on Funko Pops.
How do they slab those up on an auto?
The way you would think.
What? Oh, so they're just not grading them? I wonder what the reason is. There a reason?
I mean, we could probably read into it, probably in this article. But like,
those have to be pretty interesting cubed slabs.
Yeah.
It's like the pop stacks that you would get at GameStop back in the day, just like another inch and a half on top of it.
Interesting.
Josh, do you get people coming in for this stuff? Asking?
Nope.
Jacob, you're more on the toy collectible side of things. Is this even worth a story? I saw you post it in the private chat.
It was popular when it first got introduced for the people that had like the real like grail figures. Like I had one I contemplated sending in. But it was a kind of a hassle process to even try and do. And then it got to the point, the same thing with cards, where people would go buy the newest release and then send it in, and you'd have a common, but it would have a 10 on it, and people were trying to sell it for $125. And it was like nothing special. It would just be like a regular one that you could pick up at like Walmart, Target, GameStop, all the stores at the same time.
So does this delegitimize the ones that are already graded? Meaning the fact that they're not grading it anymore for some reason. We haven't.
I don't know. They
figured that out.
They seem pretty strict with them because, like the Funko Pop collectors were already pretty anal about the boxes when they picked them up in the first place, and then you throw a PSA on top of that. They're iffy from time to time, but people said they were pretty strict. I don't know. I've been out of the Funko game a few years now.
And just for my knowledge and for the knowledge of whoever's listening on the Funko Pop side of things, what makes something like rare? Like, will they tell
Oh, they
you
had
that
numbered variants. Like I had an out of 200 from D23 in 2013 that I sold for a couple $1,000s a couple months ago. I had like the prototypes, which there's no telling how limited those are. Like there's like 1 of 10 exclusives out there.
Interesting.
Smart.
And
I
where
mean,
would you are these drops? Like you get them
Events.
online? Oh,
Event exclusive.
these are event driven. Then.
Specifically that holographic Emperor over there. That's from Toy Wars exclusive. 2015. Probably a Star Wars convention or something.
There's all sorts of different types of us nerds, isn't there?
But the
Yeah, I
other
mean,
two that you see are commons.
Well, I mean, I guess they had to make a decision. They're getting what 1.5 million cards a month and 27 Funkos.
There has to be a reason behind
Yeah,
it. You
probably
know,
bandwidth. They're either not getting enough of it to keep like buying the molds or buying the actual cases to seal them up. Because that's
But they're still going to be
totally
grading the autos on them, so they'd have to use the same acrylic cases.
yeah, maybe.
It doesn't say anything about it on the page. It's actually a pretty short explanation and doesn't tell why.
Maybe not enough to employ the graders that would specialize in Funko Pops.
That's a good point.
You got those guys are like sitting around doing nothing. Who knows?
Well, guys, if you're catching this on the recording or live and you know anything, if you're a Funko Pop collector, let us know what you think about this. I mean, it's a niche product, but I mean, there's
Seems
certainly
like
enough of it out there to where they started grading them and there was demand, and for them to stop.
Well, the Funko collector base is tanked as well.
Right.
Seems like maybe a
like-
no-brainer for like CGC to pick that up if they don't already.
Well, there are a
Yeah.
bunch of like toy grading companies. Going back to Cardona, he just bought part ownership in a toy grading company out of Florida. So,
Well, there you go. They're not being left out. They're just being shunned by PSA.
we talked about like the graded Star Wars figures about a month ago, I believe it was. That dude's whole entire room
Oh
was full of
gosh,
them.
yeah.
So there are options. It was just that PSA name on it.
Fair enough.
My goodness.
All righty. Well, Josh, what is new in the shop this week on this fine Thursday?
Today is what, the 6th? So there is one thing brand new today, the 25-26 Topps basketball mega boxes. Those did not launch when the Blasters, Hobbies, and Jumbos did.
That's
what,
normal.
last week?
That's
Yep,
normal.
it's normal. So the megas launched today. Tomorrow, if you remember last week, Bowman Chrome University football launched, but the megas launch tomorrow for that product. Mosaic football hobby boxes launch tomorrow. Noir soccer launches tomorrow. We will not have that. So sorry, but I thought I would let y'all know that it is launching tomorrow. Also launching tomorrow that we will have is 2025 Topps Finest UFC. And we do have a good handful of UFC shoppers that come in here. And last but not least, tomorrow, TriStar Hidden Treasures football autographed full-size helmet season edition series 2 launches tomorrow. We should have those. They were supposed to arrive today, but UPS never came. So they should be arriving tomorrow on launch day. I'm going to have to check tracking because I don't like it when they land on the day that they launch. So that was this week's. Let's see. Today is Thursday, so let's see if anything. Certified football launched yesterday on Wednesday. And we talked about it last week. Panini Combat PFL boxes launched this week. We have those on the shelf. And Leaf Vivid Baseball, Hobby and Jumbo launched this week. Those are on the shelf. The store is stocked. Y'all come see us this weekend. We will take care of you.
I sent a post in our group chat. That Allen and Ginter release is legit.
Has been announced, and I have gotten my allocations. It is ordered, and we will have it. And since we're talking about that, let's name the exact date. What, the 14th?
I thought it was
19th. 19th. Hobbies and Blasters launch on the 19th. We will have lots of both. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll break that down a little more as we get closer.
Yeah, I love that product just because it does have some funky non-sport in it. And if you guys don't know Allen Ginter, just look it up. I mean, last year they had like a dinosaur relic or something?
Petrified dinosaur turds or something like that.
Yes.
We should probably talk about the stuff that comes out next week before we do the podcast, because you have a couple big update series baseball. It's next Wednesday. Big deal.
That is a big deal.
Regular Tops update has been announced. So that's the 12th. Pro debut is the same day. Both of those products will have. And also the same day is Phoenix football, one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
So those will come out before you hear from us on the podcast next time.
You getting plenty of that Tops update flagship?
Not as much as I'd like, but a fair amount. You come that day, you'll be able to buy it for sure.
Yes. I stopped by the shop this weekend.
You did.
It was busy. And Josh, you got to get those other. You got to get those other showcases full. They're just screaming for more cards.
Well,
other showcases.
Maybe they are, Michael. You think I've just been sitting on my butt the last couple of days?
Yes, stroking your He-Man shirt.
This is a family show.
Is it?
Sort of.
All righty, let's cut to the promo.
Are you looking to get your cards graded? Well, here at Grand Slam, we've simplified the process of submitting and getting a card graded. All you have to do is drop off your cards and kick your feet up, while our transparent tracking ensures that you are up to date with every detail along the way. When you log into our website, you'll immediately be greeted with each card in the grading process, along with where it's at in the process and its final grade. And with over 1,000 submissions and some of the top cards across the country being submitted through us, we have become a well-trusted source to handle and submit your cards. So you can do more collecting and leave the chore of grading to us. So don't sit on grading your cards. Get them submitted today at Grand Slam, where grading's made easy.
You okay?
That's creepy. Doesn't match your skin tone.
Why? Why, Michael? Why?
They're laying around.
Did y'all like that Instagram reel I sent you with the motorcycle rider? If you haven't watched it, it's funny. Anywho, what's next?
All right. So our first big story here, Michael, I think you sent this one over, and that is Snype, a card auctioning website, has launched. We need another one of those.
Yes. Well, this one may actually make a ripple in the hobby. So if you guys don't know, Snype is the new platform launched by the guy that you see on the right. That's Rick Probstein, who was the largest trading card seller, right, on eBay. Now, was he the largest after PWCC left eBay?
I don't know. Regardless, he's one of the biggest ever.
He's one or two.
Yes. 1A and 1B. But like he was the one at the National in Chicago that had like the 30 Jordan 10s in that display. That was Rick Probstein. Big time seller, reseller, consigner on eBay.
Is that a yarmulke or a beret or really bad hair? Oh, it's
probably a little combination of both. I don't know.
This
is his own auction. This is his own auction site. He's going to have live selling, so it's going to have a whatnot feel to it.
Why do these guys like Golden and him? Why are they the world's biggest dorks? Like, you would think they would be guys like cool guys like Joe Rogan. They're these nerdy dorks.
Yeah. But if I had his money, I would burn mine.
You know, I added up
rolling in
all
it.
the money I've ever spent in my life. Guess how much?
I don't know where you would start to find that one out.
You guess how much I've spent? All of it. Yeah. And then
Guys, thoughts on this? What would make you give this a whirl?
to sell on it or to buy on it?
Both.
I don't know. The right cards. At
I
the
mean,
right
Jacob,
price.
go ahead and click through.
How's it going
Go
to be
ahead.
any different than Fanatics Collect?
I don't
Type in.
know.
Do me a
What's
favor,
that?
Jamie. Type in 2022 Tom Brady downtown.
Or-
on their
yeah.
2020 what?
No, on your Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Where do you think?
What year again?
2022
Look up Tom Brady manga. See if you could find one on there.
Tom Brady cloned dog DNA. Just kidding. I want to see if there's any Brady downtowns, and I need a 2022. I'm just curious because I know what they go for on. This will be his kryptonite. That's his kryptonite right there. You can't find. There's just not enough cards on there.
How about
As-
manga? The mangas.
There's nothing. How about Tom Brady PSA 10? Yeah. Tell me there's. Oh. All right.
35 auction.
How many? 35 auctions. So Sleeve It Sports Card just made a comment. He said, I just got done putting some bids on the Snype app. I'm betting a lot of cards will go under market value. That's a good thought, being that this just won't have a ton of eyes on it, and just some of those auctions won't make it to market price. So good thought. I wonder, click on that black diamond. It's the third one from the left. Yeah, right there. I own that card.
That's the one I was looking at.
6 bids, time left 11 days. It's only at 15
bucks.
I might put a bid on something like that just to see what happens.
I mean, that's a great point, right? I mean, we're learning just like anybody else who's watching along with us. How about something fairly obscure? How about Acuna white jersey?
Oh. No,
That's that's the thing.
just not enough
how-
cards right now.
There's not enough inventory. And look, this is still in beta, so
Yeah.
maybe they're going
20,000
to put
items so far.
they're going to put some of their non-rare stuff on here, squash all the bugs, and then see what they have for wrestling, Jacob. Oh, there we go.
They got a Nasty Boys jersey.
I mean, that's kind of
Like-
cool.
Is that ring used?
No.
In fact, there's 2 of them identical.
Signed Carlito Apple. You can get that on all right.
Family show.
That's enough of that.
How about the live events? Let's click over to that.
So yeah, this
So
is your
this
eBay
is
all
live,
him.
your whatnot eBay live type.
So
It's
what
literally
they've
all
done-
him though.
Yeah, this is a live platform. They're not. It doesn't look like they're piping this out to or piping whatnot into their stream. That this is their own stream. This boy, the infrastructure he's got into this.
Well,
Wow.
maybe there's a little opportunity there for an upstart live streamer to be one of the, a lot less competition. Maybe find something that Sleeve It here says has a bidder crown on it. Maybe type in that Tom Brady stuff. I want to see it. You have to be a super bidder to bid on the high end stuff, or just Tom Brady rookie or something. Oh, so there's some crowns there. Oh, I have to be a super bidder. Sleeve It. How do you become a super bidder?
Maybe like you
'Cause
have to get verified.
If it's just getting verified
to bid
is
on Yeah, you get verified on Golden, right? You have to become.
Yeah, I
You
mean
can't
that's
just be
gonna.
anybody.
Here's what'll happen if you have to jump through 9 million hoops to become a super bidder. We'll click on become a super bidder right there.
I just did that.
It would make and then you got to sign in, have an account and everything. All right, we'll play with it later. I was trying to do a bunch of extra stuff I didn't care. Yeah, see, exactly. That was my thought. Like if I go in, I'm like, ooh, I want to bid on one of these. Oh, I got to be a super bidder and I got to jump through 900 hoops. Never mind. I'll go back over to eBay. They need to really be careful for stuff like that. But if being a super bidder just means, look, you need to have an account with this and be email and verified, that's smart and that's fair. But if you got to spend X amount of dollars before you can bid on I don't know. And maybe they're just catering to a small percentage of their big high-end buyers and they don't have to give eBay the fees, and not giving eBay fees will more than make up for the money they've put into this.
Are we talking about this product here a little bit later? This is one of their upcoming auctions.
We are.
78 Star Wars. All right.
We are.
We'll figure out how to be a super bidder before next.
Yeah, I don't. Unless he's directly addressing the weaknesses of eBay, which there are a ton, and he does it better than eBay, and he gets a critical mass of product. He's going to be ice skating uphill for a long time.
But if he can do those things, I think it could be huge.
Yeah. Or he's making a play to get bought out. Like PWCC, they did that directly. I mean, that was a move to get acquired. And so maybe he squashes bugs. He solves problems that eBay they haven't done because they're just so large that they can't make quick changes. And then he gets acquired by somebody. But good luck, Rick.
Yeah. He opted out of automatically grading raw cards. That's kind of weird. I didn't look into it. Yeah. The hobby's yearning for an eBay replacement. One just needs to be backed by enough publicity and the right people, and then just build it. It's going to be slow at first, but I would love to buy. I've toyed around with Veriswap, and there's some good things there.
That's the trading.
This looks like that you can also list cards and buy, but this Snype looks like more of an eBay ripoff in a good way than Veriswap. Veriswap still looks very homemade. I trust it. We've used it, but that Snype looks. I was impressed with that little bit right there. Worth checking out. Even though the guys.
All right, so I was wrong. It's not 1978 Star Wars. It's actually 1977 Star Wars. And it being the highest sold Star Wars card of all time.
And you would think that card, I've seen that card. We've had that card in the shop before, but you would think to get a 10 in that card wouldn't be
an
that
impossibility.
hard.
Impossible.
I've seen some pretty clean Star Wars cards, but a 10 is saying something. And PSA is going to protect that card a little bit. If you send 10 of these in, even if 3 of them are near perfect, they know now what it's worth, and they're going to be very particular about putting a 10. It's almost like you got to.
In another tab, can you just look up the pop count on that? If you could.
Yes.
And let's take a guess. Josh, if you had to guess the pop count on the 1977 Star Wars Luke Skywalker. I mean, that's just that card just asks for a soft corner or like a white corner because it's just the dots around it.
I'm gonna say 4.
I'm gonna go a little higher than that. I'm gonna say 12.
Whoever's got one ought to think about selling one now. They just set the floor.
Hold on 1 second.
November of 23, 78,000. That's just nuts.
quick turnaround. What's driving this? What's
think
what's
just
driving
hard-
this?
The card hobby period. Every
But usually there's like an inflection point in the culture. Culturally speaking, if there was another Star Wars coming out or something. I know that like the Hayden Christensen Star Wars is they're like that younger generation's embracing those three
I think-
movies, which I thought they were terrible. But now there's a renaissance around it.
Yeah.
And they're appreciating him as Anakin.
Yeah, it's because the next
And-
three were even worse. That's why.
But like I just can't, not that I have my finger on the pulse of pop culture, but I can't remember seeing anything that would make this card, what is that, 3-4x almost?
I think it is the card hobby has had this major spotlight shined on it now since Fanatics came along, and every time you turn around, wrestlers are open cards and athletes are opening cards, and now they're doing billboards and commercials, and so anytime you can get a big influx of new people to the hobby, you're going to get X amount that have really deep pockets. And now then enough of these people talk about cards are a viable investment. And now the guys with deep pockets are like, I'm willing to drop some money. And it just kind of snowballs.
I'd be a little disappointed if it ended up being Kevin O'Leary's group taking this down.
That bought it.
Yeah.
Well, what's
All
the
right.
top count?
How many 10s do you think there are?
I said 4. He said 12.
There are 9.
Ooh, you were
Right in
closer.
the middle.
Now, how many 9s? Because there's usually an enormous jump.
I'm doing what I can here, Josh.
We need a new Jamie. One that doesn't talk back.
I will find out.
Don't you just look the card up and it gives you all the grades on PSA's website?
I didn't know what the actual, like, the technical set for it. Okay, so there are 89 9s.
In 9 10s.
Still super low.
9 10s.
So the other 8 owners just don't want to sell theirs right now, apparently. Or maybe they do. And maybe there's only one guy that'll drop that much on a card.
Have you seen the guy, what's his name? Sebastian Stan, plays Winter Soldier.
Yes.
His photo up next to young Mark Hamill, he could be Luke Skywalker. It's uncanny.
Well, you know it's coming, and I like this part. In a few years, at the pace at which it's gaining ground, you can do an entire Star Wars movie with all the original actors, and you wouldn't be able to tell a difference.
Yeah.
Majority of them are dead.
AI, genius. That's what I'm talking about. Granted, I didn't say AI, but that's what I meant. I know more majority. Not only are they dead, they're 80 or they're 60.
No, I think all but like 1 or 2 are dead.
Right. My point is, you could do some movies with that era of characters at that age, using all AI, and it would not feel like AI. Right? You know that's coming easily. You can't even. You can't. It's coming. Now, whether they have the rights to do it or not, it's a different thing. That technology will be there.
I mean, honestly, Jacob, I'm not even here. I'm an avatar. So
You're a word that's close to Avatar.
all right, next story. Please, let's move on.
Our next story is about Yamamoto. I'm gonna let you guys take this one away because I don't know what's going on. I know they won.
Well, they won the World Series.
I got that.
All of Michael's descent.
Hey.
And- What? You should be proud of your Asian heritage.
I am.
And I have to be very careful. Have you seen Starsky and Hutch? Have you seen Starsky and Hutch with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, where the Asian guy's like, I don't know, he was white. All you white guys look alike to me.
Aye.
That is really cool. You get all three of them, one card, World Series champs, and they're all good. They all contributed. This is a sick
I
card.
tell you, I didn't think anybody was going to outshine Ohtani ever, but Yamamoto did. The fact that he threw 96 pitches in Game 6 and then closed out Game 7, that's impressive, man.
Not if you ask Fergie Jenkins or any of those guys that threw complete games four times a week. You know what would have made this cooler, wouldn't it? I don't know. This would be a hot take. In kanji, all the autos in kanji. Isn't that the name of it in the Japanese handwriting?
You know, you mentioned that. I was thinking Ohtani's auto looked a little weak here compared to the ones we've been seeing every week, it seems like.
Yeah, but regardless.
Let's just take a look. It says it says breaking Yamamoto, Ohtani, Sasaki will sign a 101 triple auto card celebrating their 2025 World Series championship. One collector who buys the Topps Now Dodgers team set will receive the 1-of-1 trading card. What do you mean team set? Like, well,
they're selling a Dodgers team set, Topps Now team set.
They're doing the little pose.
It's a 15-card team set.
15-card team set. There you go. There it is. $75. That seems expensive, but
can you scroll down a little bit? I'm interested to see who's in this.
It seems expensive because these cards are not going to be worth much outside of just the chase for the big ones.
The chase. It's a $75. It's a $75 lottery ticket, right?
And there's image variations.
Okay.
And there's numbered stuff. I mean, you get one of the numbered to 10s or something like that. It's probably
so that isn't bad.
Oh, a little more juice to it now.
Okay, show all photos. Let's take a look. That's it?
No, there's more.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. The red 5, yeah, that's sweet. Sasaki. Very cool. I like the idea. I'm not going to try it, but someone will hit
I've spent $75 on worse, but
I mean, your odds aren't good. Your odds aren't good. But
it is done being sold in 2 days, so I can keep this up, and we can check out the pop or the print run.
Does it give a running print run or no?
It will after it closes.
Okay,
but not right now.
But it doesn't tell you what it is at this point.
No, not at all.
Very cool.
Well, a quick thing on the Dodgers. Josh, you and I talked about it when I was in the shop, and I just saw numbers today. It was I think the most watched World Series, right?
Oh, really?
And it was and it's one thing to let down your city if the Dodgers lost, but I feel like the whole country of Canada was let down. That was a tough way to lose.
Yeah, that was tough in more ways than one. Since I do have a couple crazy stats for the end, I'm going to throw this stat in here now because it goes along with this, what we're talking about. Ohtani's first 2 years as a Dodger, 109 home runs, 1,025 on base percentage, the first 50-50 season in MLB history, 2-time All-Star, soon to be 2-time NL MVP, 2025 National League Championship Series MVP, and two-time World Series champion. All that just in the first 2 years he was on the Dodgers. That's kind of nuts.
I saw something that said that the Dodgers have already recouped his entire contract.
Yeah. Didn't we? Wasn't that one of my? No, maybe that wasn't one of my stats. But yeah, his $700 million between ticket sales, jersey sales, and all that. Yeah, that's insane to think about.
It's all gravy now.
Yeah, all of us are thinking like $700 million for this dude. Like, how can you afford to pay one person $750 million? He's already made that money back for him. So,
well, apparently their starting rotation was $1 billion.
But you can buy a World Series, apparently.
Well, you can.
Just
How
gotta
about-
import some players.
You
How
still have to
about
play the
one
game.
more crazy stat that goes along with what we're talking here, and I'll still have one or two saved for the end. Will Smith has won the World Series 6 years in a row. Did you see that?
I saw
A
this.
I saw
player
that.
named Will Smith. So the last 6
Fresh
World
Prince.
Series winners have had a player named Will Smith on the team. So, if I'm the Phillies, I'm going to go sign some dude named Will Smith to the roster or any team that. All right, Andrew says 1,000 plus base on. That's impossible at some point when it wasn't his at bat. They just put him on base. OPS, right? Did I read it wrong? Let me see. Oh, sorry, dude. You're right. 1.025 on base OPS.
Get him, Andrew.
Good catch, Andrew.
Get him.
No one else listened to it, so it just sounded cool, I bet.
It sounded more knowledgeable than I did. So I
Very
just
impressive.
do it.
Whatever number that was, it was impressive.
Everything else sounded good.
I mean, just that 2-year run is kind of crazy. And I've been an Ohtani. Everyone's crowned him the GOAT. We've talked about this. I've been a naysayer, but starting to turn the corner. Maybe he might be
Starting to.
All right. What's next, Jamie?
We got one more story. We don't have a link for it, but I will read you what I have.
Whoa. What happened to Yamamoto's 1 of 1?
I think that was at the end, or we were.
That was
Yeah.
probably
Let's lead into that since.
The rookie debut patch is missing.
yes.
Sorry, I was hung up on the World Series, Michael. Tell us more about the debut patch missing.
Well, I mean that's still out there, which is I'm not sure which product that was in. Maybe it was Topps
updated.
Topps Chrome updated.
Updated.
But it's still out there, and
We haven't updated it enough.
who knows? It might just be in somebody's.
Probably in the updated coming out next week.
It's probably legit. It's probably in someone's closet. They bought it and they held it.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, they all look alike," and so he didn't look.
And the few guys that did it are all thinking like, that card might be in my closet, but if I open it and it's not, I just lost all my money. And so there's this ultimate dilemma. So I bet they're all thinking we just need to keep waiting. And if it still never gets found, I mean, how do you do that? How do you do this? That box goes up so high in price that now you're like, I got to sell it. The price is too high. I can get $5,000 for this hobby box. And then you sell it for $5,000. You think you hit a home run. And then the dude pulls that card out of it. That would be crazy. And Sleeve It says, an anonymous kid will pull it from an anonymous card shop in an anonymous town and write a perfectly adorable Christmas thank you letter, then sell it and donate all the money to the homeless nuns.
Yes. And the Grinch's heart would grow 1 inch that day.
Yep.
All right.
Final story. Josh, you talk about wild card a lot in shop. We love wild card and leaf here on the show. Well, wild card. What, Michael?
I think I have that link somewhere. Hold
Okay. Well, I'm gonna talk for a minute while you get that sent. So, in a bold move, Wildcard has filed an antitrust lawsuit against Panini America, accusing the company of monopolistic practices that restrict fair competition in the trading card market. The suit echoes similar complaints from other manufacturers and players, raising major questions about the future of exclusivity deals. I will pull that up.
I dropped that video.
But they're not going against Fanatics?
That was my immediate.
Well, here's the video is very interesting. You don't have to play the whole thing because I honestly don't know how long it runs, but he gets to the gist of it probably in 20 seconds. So I dropped that in our chat.
Cool.
Here we go.
What is up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, everyone. Hello. Breaking news. Breaking news. We're about to have some breaking news. I'm waiting for one of the guests to jump on here. Very interesting hobby-related lawsuits happening. What is up, buddy? How are you guys? Utah, hello. Guys, 1 second. I'm waiting for
We're not
Mr.
from
Paul
Utah.
Lesko. The hobby attorney, Paul Lesko, is jumping on here with me. Michael is out of town. Michael is enjoying
he's right
the
here.
middle of nowhere Gatlinburg
here.
with very
Gatlinburg.
poor
In there.
internets. Here we go.
Yeah, we want to.
Paul's jumping in here.
Wait.
Paul, what's up, buddy? How are you?
How's it going? It looks like you're in a good place right now.
I'm in my front yard. It's fall foliage, you know. It's hard to beat that as your background. So
I
I
had to
think
find
I'm
the
out here.
fast forward.
I was
Um,
in a national park.
It won't let me fast forward.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah, he's almost to it. Trust me.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna better appreciate what I've got going on here today. Thanks to that comment. Thank you. Okay, so I have not said what this live is about yet, but wanted to wait till I brought you on. But essentially, this is the information that I and our team has just heard. Basically, Panini is being sued by Wildcard, the card company Wildcard, for essentially what sounds like to be very similar allegations that Panini made against Topps as far as like fair practice, being able to, I guess, monopolize the market is what Panini essentially was claiming Topps was doing, and now Wildcard is doing something similar to them. Is this your understanding?
That's exactly correct. So it's a antitrust lawsuit filed by Wildcard against Panini, and which is similar, like you said. Panini has an antitrust lawsuit against Wildcard. You know, Panini is the dominant player. They had all the exclusive licenses for football. They had the exclusive licenses for basketball, and they're complaining that Fanatics came along, and now Fanatics allegedly has too many licenses, and that's antitrust. Well, this case is kind of the opposite of that, which is, puts Panini in a very weird position. So this case is Wildcard alleging that in 2021, that's when this incarnation of Wildcard came around, and was gaining a lot of traction and being very successful in making football and basketball cards. And then it alleges that in 2021 at a distributor meeting, allegedly someone from Panini warned distributors that there would be consequences, and consequences is in quotes, if any of the distributors would work with Wildcard. And then Wildcard alleges that after this happened, a few weeks after this happened, over a 2-day period, it lost 4 of its major distributors.
All right.
Whoa.
So it's really neat because you get the antitrust violations where some.
Okay, so this is something a little bit further back. They're saying Panini was shucking and jiving.
Sort of bullying
Yeah.
Wildcard. Now, Josh, you're a fan of what Wildcard has been doing lately, right?
Sure. Yeah. Cards look great.
Their product. They're good-looking cards. They're an upstart company. They're not licensed, correct? None of it's licensed.
Correct.
They don't have any licensing. So they're right in line with some of the things that Leaf and eventually and Panini's going to be unlicensed here pretty soon. I threw this into the show because just when Panini, I felt like they were gaining some traction because of some recent designs. They seem to have sort of embraced the fact that they're not going to be the license holders anymore for football or basketball, and then they just keep stepping in their own crap. And now this is coming to fruition. Does something like this come out, get leaked because of that rumor that I sent in the group that Topps may be wanting to buy Panini? Or do you think it's just a coincidence?
I think it's probably just finally come to the surface because it sounds like this is something that has been brewing for a while. We talk about it with customers all the time. Like, why can't just several different companies have the license? Let Leaf and Wildcard and Panini and Topps have the licenses, and then maybe the biggest, deepest wallets will get the best autograph signers. Because Wildcard wouldn't afford to be able to sign all the big boys, but they could at least scrape together a couple big boys, and then it makes the cards more desirable for everybody. It gives you different price points and less of a monopoly. I just don't understand why more than one company can't have it. And then you've got some nice competition. You got to have good quality control. You got to have good card design. I'm sure there's deeper reasons behind why, but it seems like it would be a lot better that way.
I agree. I mean, I didn't collect back in 2012, but there was an overlap there with Topps and Panini as far as their flagship products, both being licensed. But I like I said, I know that you have said good things about Wild Card. I remember you saying that you were pretty impressed with their presence at the National this past summer, and so for this to come out, who knows if anything will come of it. But poor Panini, they just can't. They can't. You'd think that they get one good story coming out about them, and then they just.
Well, since Panini is all unlicensed now for the most part, right?
Well, they have some licensing in some arenas still.
I'm talking about like the main stuff.
Yeah.
So now they're more direct competitors with Wildcard and Leaf than ever before. Mm-hmm. So they might feel like Wildcard might be trying to establish themselves as the top unlicensed people by throwing Panini's shady business practices out.
Yeah, there's probably some of that. I think you're right. I mean, good luck with that. Panini's going to always have the top Prism and Select and Mosaic and National Treasures and Flawless and the Downtowns and Kabooms and all the Wildcard's not going to be able to touch them even in the
unlicensed. I mean, Panini is a monster company. What is it? They're valued at like north of $4 billion, right? They're a big company. Yeah. So certainly Wildcard's punching up.
What do you think the odds are that something crazy happens and there can be more than one licensed company? I don't know. That would be really cool for the hobby.
Love it. I would love it.
I think Fanatics' pockets are just too deep for it to happen.
Yeah, but at some point there is a monopoly. There is a monopoly. That term and those rules exist for a reason.
I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, though. Like, as far as the sports cards, what's the drawback of a monopoly if they're doing everything correctly? Now, that's obviously very subjective.
Yeah.
The drawback is they could raise prices and no one could do anything.
Charge whatever they want.
They've all been doing that.
Yeah, but that's
it's because there's only been one license per company. I mean, that's why they can charge what they want to charge.
Competition is good. Look, I don't think anybody would disagree with you if flagship Topps and flagship Panini both came out with rookie cards of the same player the same year and it was licensed. I think that would be unbelievable.
You got guys that just like Prism and you got guys that just like Topps. You've got guys that are loyal to both of those, and it would be really cool, I think.
Yeah, it would be an insert war. Whoever comes up with the best inserts. And Panini was on a run there. I mean, still like that color wheel. You still like that tie-dye, right? The snakeskin parallels.
Those Kabooms and Downtowns are going to be hard to beat. Sleeve It says, I don't get the love for Wild Card. What do dinosaurs and woolly mammoths have to do with sports cards? I can understand that side of it. I would lean more on the just some of the card design as far as the art and the backgrounds. That's more what I lean towards. You make a good point there, but you could link those things to sports in the form of some of these players are like certain types of dinosaurs.
Doesn't Leaf try and do that?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm Sleeve It Sports Cards. I'm guessing you're not a big Allen Ginter fan then, because you're going to find dinosaurs and woolly mammoths all throughout that product.
You're going to actually find that stuff in there. But, I get his point. The Halloween haunted hits. I don't know. There's something cool about it. It's just something unique to, it has to do with the time of year that the cards come out. And
I would say it's less grown up, right? I mean, it's more geared towards kids.
Yeah, but remember, they do some really cool products that aren't gimmicky like that just have really cool card designs. And we can dig deep enough in Topps and Panini and find some stuff that doesn't have anything to do with theirs. But the cards that they do, it seems to be a little more design oriented instead of gimmick oriented. So yeah,
I can do without it came from the swamp, that insert, right? I can do without that in Bowman, I think. But
yeah. And some people will tell us that's their favorite insert when they see it. It's rooted around the card design. But my favorite thing about those, my point being, is that like with Panini tie dyes, the colors, it just looks cool. Color blasts look cool. But Leaf and Wildcard do some really cool stuff that isn't gimmicky, that just has some really cool card designs.
Look, I've never even held a wild card or opened a box of this stuff, but all the images that I do see, they've got some design chops. They do, and so good on them. Don't get intimidated, wild card.
And it's affordable. Let's not forget that as well.
Yeah, that's their niche. You can get, like in this new Leaf Vivid Baseball, Ken Griffey Jr.'s got autos on some beautiful cards in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, come on.
Yep.
You don't have to spend a fortune to get one. So,
well, before Josh leads us out of this episode with a crazy stat, if you have made it this far, please like, subscribe, comment, leave a review. Josh, hit us with a couple crazy stats and take us out.
Yes. So Drake May is quickly becoming the new Barry Bonds of the stat world. So here's one comparing him with a few GOATs. So through 22 career games, Tom Brady had an 86.9 passer rating. Drake May, 100.5. All right. Aaron Rodgers through first 22 career games, 26 passing touchdowns. Drake May, 32. These are like kind of the guys you would go to in each of those categories typically, or just some GOATs. Big Ben through 22 career games, 4,323 passing yards. Drake May, 4,561. So he is putting up some insane numbers, not just game managing and winning, but he's actually rocking and rolling. Sean here at the shop is a big fan. I'm a skeptic. I got to see some more before I'll say anything. And Sean gives me crap about that all the time, but what a good start. And then I don't know if you saw this. You saw RG3 dislocated the elbow. I didn't see the play. I have no desire to see it. I didn't see Scatterboos either.
RG3?
Sorry, Jaden Daniels.
My
stats related to RG3, but
okay.
Yes, Jaden Daniels dislocated elbow. Jaden Daniels and RG3's injuries occurred in the same stadium on the exact same yard line, both on second down and both against the same team.
Oh, that's
and
creepy.
And then one last little stat to go along with that. Bobby Wagner was on the field in both plays.
No.
Yeah. That goes along with the Theismann Alex Smith. If you don't know that broken leg analogy, really creepy stuff. So
that is creepy.
That's your crazy stats for this week.
Awesome. Well, Josh, thanks for joining us. Jacob, thanks for making it and producing. And guys, thanks for listening and watching. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Peace.